AITAH for not apologizing about throwing a party on my future cousin's birthday? Some backstory: I, 33F, met my fiancé, 34M, at the same time as his cousin, 35F, through mutual friends 3 years ago. Cousin and I got along well at first because we have common interests and beliefs. However, the more serious things got with my now fiancé, the more red flags from his cousin started to show. I started to notice she liked making everything about her. At dinners with family, she would take over the conversations to talk about how young she looks and how smart she is. The day we got engaged, she asked my fiancé to be the godfather of her newborn and looked straight into my eyes and said that didn't make me the godmother, her best friend would be. On my fiancé's birthday, she texted him that he should look forward to a year of babysitting her newborn son. She lives 6 hours away and would text us last minute if she was in town, sometimes to hang out, but usually to take naps in our apartment. If we ever said no because we had other plans, she would throw a tantrum and tell us off, saying that she is family and we should drop everything for her. We would get annoyed but always brush it off. The problem at hand started 6 months ago. Cousin and I have a birthday exactly 1 week apart. For my birthday weekend, my fiancé took me out of town for a getaway. The following Saturday, I arranged to go wedding dress shopping but still wanted to celebrate with my friends, so I decided to throw a simple get-together at a park on Sunday. Please keep in mind I did not remember what day her birthday is when planning, and this was the only day I had to see friends. A few weeks before the party, fiancé told me cousin was coming into town and asked him to get brunch with her for her birthday, the same day as my park gathering. I let him know I wasn't going to change my plans but would invite her to the park with us. I texted her to let her know, and at first she seemed fine with it and said she would let me know if she could make it. Sounds good. Things took a wild left turn from there. I added her to my online even page and she started leaving snarky comments about how it was her actual birthday and that she was going to celebrate with her friends. I texted my fiancé about this and he said she sent him a scathing text about me, saying I was trying to co-opt her birthday, that I was being disrespectful, and that I owed her an apology. This really stung, so I sent her a text to clear the air and try to mitigate the situation. She said all sorts of things that really hurt my feelings and demanded I make sure my fiancé is available on her birthday from now on because he is her family. It got really weird, but I tried to keep my cool and said to her, for the sake of the family, I would like us to get along. I'm willing to try if you are. She agreed and I thought that was the end of it, but the day of my bridal dress shopping she freaked out at me again to try to ruin a special moment. She said she couldn't believe I was still throwing my party and that I was so disrespectful for taking over her day. I didn't respond, and after that I can't say she is a person I look forward to spending time with. I didn't know if we could ever be friends again, but I was willing to be cordial at family gatherings to keep the peace. Fast forward to last Friday. She was in town and texted my fiancé to have dinner. I honestly was still hurt from the way she treated me and have been having mental health struggles for unrelated reasons, so when my fiancé asked if I wanted to go, I said I wasn't ready yet and stayed home. All hell broke loose at dinner. Cousin told fiancé I was sending a clear message by not attending and that I was being disrespectful. My fiancé stood up for me, love him, and said I was just tired from work and that he and I didn't know it was so important for her that I show up. When she arranged dinner, she didn't tell him she wanted to speak to me, nor had she texted me directly about it. I honestly thought she only wanted to spend time with him, so this all took me by surprise. She told him she was still upset that I ruined her birthday and that I was an asshole for not showing up to apologize. She said I should be doing more to make amends with her before the wedding. That's when my fiancé told her it is likely she might not even be invited to the wedding because we are planning to only invite immediate family to save money. She lost it and stood up screaming at him that she is like his sister and if we don't invite her she will never forgive me. She then walked out and left my fiancé to pay the bill. He was shaking and almost sobbing when he got home to tell me all of this. I was fuming at the way she treated him and spoke about me. I talked to my mom and sister and they said I should swallow my pride and apologize for the sake of the family, but I feel like this is her way of having control/dominance over me. I feel like if I apologize she will find more reasons to treat me this way and it will be a never-ending issue. So am I the asshole for not apologizing to her that I threw a party on her birthday? Sorry for the long post. Edit. Love y'all for the comments and support, but just want to clarify a couple of things. My fiancé is not a doormat. Please stop saying that. If I included every single thing he's done to stand up for me, this post would be a novel. Neither of us have ever apologized or accommodated her as a result of her throwing a tantrum, so I'm not quite sure why some of you are telling us to stop apologizing. We have stood our ground thus far, and we intend to continue. I appreciate all the advice, but going NC is a lot more complicated than Reddit seems to understand sometimes. There are many more members of this family than just the three of us, and I really love the rest of my in-laws. They are completely on my side, and I don't want to skip holidays or celebrations just BC she's there. Nor do I feel like it's appropriate at this time to ask them to go NC with cousin. We are already LC since the birthday incident 6 months ago and have only seen her one time since at a large gathering where I was cordial but kept my distance. I think this is the best way to continue the relationship right now. But trust me, if she tries anything with me again, I will send the screenshots to her mom and my FMIL, block her, and update y'all after. Update, AITAH for not apologizing for throwing a birthday party on my future cousin's birthday? Hey Reddit. Thought I would give you an update on all that's happened since I last posted. If you haven't, please go back and read it. The day after the dinner happened, fiancé and I met his parents for lunch and told them everything. They were
so
upset, and his mom even cried. His dad, one of the quieter people I've met in my life, got angry and started blaming her parents, his sister/BL. They also both agreed that not only should we not invite cousin to the wedding, but her parents as well. I didn't really understand this, but it's my fiancé's choice. Things were normal again for a couple weeks and we didn't hear from her. But then out of the blue she sent fiancé a text saying she wanted to talk to him about her child's first birthday party BC. She wanted to do something to incorporate him as he was him godfather, yes, in quotes, but WTF is going on now. They arranged a time to speak over the phone, and apparently she immediately started going in on him about me again and told him he was no longer her child's godfather. She called me a B********, which really pissed me off. I've never called her a name and really haven't done anything to her. And honestly, the fact that she hasn't even tried to speak to me directly started pissing me off too. I was so angry and fed up at this point. I probably shouldn't have done it, but I finally broke down and texted her that enough was enough and she needed to stop. I'm not going to show it here, but I essentially told her we had an agreement that we would try to get along for the family and she wasn't holding up on her end of the bargain. I reminded her I have done so much to help/show up for her events, and I am allowed to skip or have my own every now and then. I also told her neither my birthday party or the dinner last month had anything to do with her, so she could get over it or not, but I am done with all of this mess she's created. 6 months ago I tried to work it out, but there is only so much I can do if she just wants to be angry and be unkind. Nothing in that message was false, I only reiterated the events that happened from my perspective and I did not call her any names. I didn't hear back from her for a few days, which I was happy about. I honestly just wanted to speak my piece and be done with it, but of course she ended up responding and said, why you think you can speak to me that way, but I do not want to text about it. If you want to speak again in person LMK, but this is tiresome, so until then, be well. I just responded, I have said everything I needed to say above, because again, I am done. I have no intention of speaking with this woman ever again if all she does is scream and call me names. The next day fiancé got an email from her, BC email is okay, but texting is not, where she apologized to him for the way she spoke about me. Next, she apologized for saying he was no longer the godfather. And after that, she just started blaming me for everything again. Saying I sent her a disrespectful message and that I have no intention of trying to repair things. She said we were still invited to her child's first birthday, but that she will not speak to me or spend time with us after. I already was planning on skipping the 6-hour drive to the party, so that was in. Then said she would not be reaching out to us anymore to spend time with her. Again. It was clear this was her last attempt to meddle in our relationship and isolate him to get him to break up with me or something. Which was funny, BC he had already read and approved everything I said to her. But I was honestly happy after reading the email, BC it was exactly what I wanted. I do not want to speak to her anymore. I do not need to go back and forth over something so juvenile. She is completely delusional and I know this isn't the end of her tirade, but I am choosing to stay as far away as I can. Fiancé and Emil are planning to sit down with her and her mom to let them know they are not invited to the wedding, and I know that will be blamed on me as well. Anyways, it's out of my hands now, which is a breath of fresh air, and I'm ready to continue wedding planning in peace. Thank you all for the support in my last post. The encouragement means a lot.